very organized wiring harness. Oh shit, oh my god. Wowie zowie. Let's turn fuel on. I don't think that's supposed to look like that. Yeah, nothing's going through there. I just poked it really quick. Fuel can get to the carb now, and there's fuel in the bowl. Oh, hey! I have to hold the throttle open to keep it on. Fuck yeah. This is my 1981 Honda Silverwing. I never thought I'd actually have a project bike, but here we are. I've always liked motorcycles, but I never thought I'd actually own one, just because of priorities, the Jag. I've never ridden before. I've ridden like a dirt bike 3 times in my life. So how did I get this thing? I have a friend in town, he's a chef. He's got a lot of motorcycles, and one day he was like, yeah, I have this project bike that I'm probably never gonna finish. And he asked me, do you want it? I was like, what do you have? And he told me a Honda Silverwing. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Like, the Silverwing was actually one of my dream bikes, either the Silverwing or the CX500, mainly because of the engine. I think they sound beautiful. I think they look really cool. And I know he's been wanting a knife for a long time, so I'm going to make him a knife basically for this bike. It's got a lot of work done to it already. Obviously, like, it's cafe'd out. None of the original fairings, I actually have some of them over there, but it's not the big touring bike anymore. It's got a lot of trick mods already to it, like this CBR 1000 front end, like that's pretty substantial. There's a lot going on with it that I don't actually know either. I actually don't know a lot about bikes in general. Like, this is the first time I'm going to be dealing with carbs. That's going to be interesting. I don't know what's going on with all the electronics and all these cables and stuff, so I guess I'm gonna figure all that stuff out. So what all needs to be done on this bike? Well, I got it running a little bit. It definitely needs a carb rebuild. It needs a new rear tire. It needs some sort of better seat mounting, and it needs some sort of rear frame thing to hold the license plate and the lights and all that. And then all these wires and stuff, like, yeah, it came with a lot of other stuff, like a whole new dash module thing, but I've got to sort through and figure out what's what. I don't think it's that bad though. After I've worked on the Jag, like, I feel like this is going to be fairly easy. What's the long-term goal on this? First, I need to do all the important stuff and get it riding, learn how to ride it. And then eventually I think I want to make it more of like a street tracker than a cafe racer, but we'll see. A lot of this is going to be dependent on what I find is my preference once I start riding more. Like, I have a lot of ideas on aesthetics and other mods and stuff like that, but we'll see. For now, all the essential important stuff. Oh, that's off. Yeah, clearly very essential work. It actually doesn't look half bad, but I'll mess with it later, see if there's anything there that actually might look decent.
Horrible.
I still want to make this like a flat tracker, but we'll see if I change my mind. Okay, onward to actual important work. And of course, it's making a new exhaust. If you know anything about me, I mainly get vehicles for their sound. So making custom unequal length headers makes the most logical sense. There's still quite a bit of actual work that needs to be done to this bike, but I wanted to make an exhaust for fun and see how it sounded. It sounds pretty good already, but I've heard some examples of these online and man, some of them sound really, really good. I'm balling on a budget, so I chose to do aluminized tubing, which is cheaper, and I've heard people say you can still TIG them with a few adjustments, but this really didn't work out for me, like, at all. Half of the time it would weld okay, and then all of a sudden it would just start sputtering. I made sure everything was flat, tight, cleaned all the faces, made sure I had gas flow, and then it would just still randomly sputter here and there.
Should have gas flow.
Some spots would weld completely fine, and then I would just hit a spot where it just didn't behave, and then once that happened, it was kind of a shit show from there.
Come on!
I'll probably make new headers again down the road and actually use like real decent material. So I chose to do unequal length headers for this because I wanted to try taking advantage of the firing interval of this V-twin. So cylinder 1 fires, it rotates 280 degrees, and then 2 fires, and then it takes 440 degrees to go all the way back to cylinder 1. The idea was to have all the pulses of each cylinder help scavenge each other by taking that rear refraction pulse and reflect it back at the right timing given a specific RPM. Basically, the goal is to make more power at that RPM, but also have the exhaust note sound a little bit more even at higher RPMs. It takes a good amount of math to get all of that right, and it requires knowing what the exhaust gas temperatures are going to actually be, because that affects the speed of sound. But that varies for every engine and load conditions and stuff like that, and I'm also bad at math.
Why?
I don't know, I think I got it pretty close enough. Probably.
What the fuck?
I guess we'll see.
Ah, the stupid fan. Stupid fan on the welder.
So I'm building it basically from bank 1 and bank 2 and then just merging them together, trying to tack it all, trying to get it as clean as I can, the best that I can with how the welds are going. I mean, it's probably not going to fall apart, I think.
Why? Why? I don't understand. Why?
Okay, so it's all tacked up now. Looks pretty good to me. We'll see if it comes off. And it looks good. Now we just got to finish the rest of the welds and just be really careful.
Oh, fuck! God, shit!
Anyways, what I thought would be a 3-day project turned into 3 weeks. But, time to see what it actually sounds like.
Yeah, that's pretty loud. Just leaking fuel. Wow. That's loud.